It's time for another edition of Coach's Corner. We're winding up the school year, not many weeks left as the spring sports wrap up their activities with playoffs. The last time we talked with HiStepper Coach Kristin Smith, the HiSteppers were in the middle of preparing for tryouts. How'd they go, Coach?
Yeah, they went really well. And we talked about this last time about that I was replacing 20 girls on the team, which is crazy for me, but we put 20 new girls on the team, and we have started practicing, and so things are in motion.
Now wait a second, you just stopped. You're starting to practice again?
I know, yeah. I think we might have had 6 days off, so, but that's okay.
Give us the day in the life of a HiStepper during the summer.
During the summer, we are preparing for summer camp. So my girls are at the gym either at 6:30 or 7, kind of depending on the mood I'm in, whether we need a little extra practice or not. They're in the gym at 6:30 or 7, and then we practice until 9, 9:30, sometimes 10, to get prepared to go to camp. Camp is a whole other story, though.
The summer practices, though, they probably let you get a little more done too, because you're not rushed to get them out and get them into class. So I know my daughter, she liked the summer practices because you really could focus in on some details.
Definitely. I like the summertime practice also simply because we're not specifically, yes, we're preparing for camp, but we're also preparing for the year. And so we're not specifically focused on one certain dance other than our dance for camp. And so we're also learning basic technique, basic dance technique, basic kick technique, those types of things. So, I mean, it's good. I think that I'm one of the few coaches, if not the only coach, at the high school that every year pretty much starts at ground zero. Because when you look at, and I'm not saying anything against the other coaches, I would love to have girls come into my gym who have danced since they were 3 years old. Like, many of the football players have played football since they were little kids, basketball the same way. Cheerleaders, they've had tumbling forever, and so you already have a base set of skills. Most of the time I don't have that, and so I may have one or two who have had some studio dance, but on the whole, we're starting from ground zero every year, and so I'm teaching them that very basic technique in order to get them prepared to go more advanced.
Contrary to public opinion, not everybody walks into the HiStepper practice ready to perform an award-winning routine. It takes 12 months of work, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely does. You're exactly right.
You're pretty fortunate, though, where they may not have the experience to come home with all these national championships year after year. Somewhere along the line, somebody's doing some good teaching, and the girls are picking it up because, it's like any other thing. You don't win championships the week before you go. You win it when, June and July.
That's exactly right.
Get you in that gymnasium too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I am very fortunate in that I have very good girls. I normally have girls who have a very strong work ethic and who want to get better and who want to improve, and they want to listen to me, and they want to do everything they can to make sure they're on the field Friday night dancing, or that they're going to perform with us at basketball or nationals. So yeah, definitely.
20 new girls, though. I would imagine that maybe more than ever, this is going to be an important summer for you.
It definitely will be a very, very important summer. And, I'll be honest, I've already had people say, oh my gosh, you guys are going to be terrible next year. You lost so many girls. You lost so much talent. And, I made a promise to my returners. Right after tryouts, I said, we are not going to lose one step. There's not going to be any difference in what we look like this year than what we look like last year. I owe that to you. I owe that to my seniors. I owe that to my new girls on the team. We're not going to look any different. We may have to work our rear ends off more than any other team, but we're going to do it, and we're going to get there.
Where is your summer camp this year?
We're at Emporia State University, like we have been in the past. So, and it's May 29th, 30th, and 31st. So it's coming up quickly.
That bonding weekend, huh?
It definitely is. I mean, that is a really good way of describing camp, other than ridiculously hard work.
Right.
But it is a good time for the girls to bond and really be a team.
A lot of them don't know each other.
They don't. You're exactly right. A lot of them don't, especially my girls who are going to be seniors. They don't know the girls who are going to be 8th graders. They have never been really in the same building with them. And so, yeah, it is a time to get to know each other, and it's a time you have to do so much at camp so quickly to be prepared that you have to work as a team, or, you're out of luck.
That being said, it's probably for you one of the most fun you'll have all year too.
Oh, camp, definitely. It is fun. It is fun to watch them grow, and it is fun to watch them mature just over those 3 days. And I have been very lucky with dedication and hard work and commitment from my girls, but I'm also very lucky, and I've got some great athletes, just straight athletes on my team, and that's fun to see at camp come out, because that innate athletic ability goes a long way. Brianne Cherry is the perfect example of that. She's one of the best athletes at the high school, and when she came to my team, she never had any dance experience, and one day just decides she's going to double turn and does it. But it's her athletic ability that gets her there.
Pretty difficult to do. That's a pretty select group, but you have no problems with kids if they want to try it and if they're willing to do it. I know you've got a couple this next year that play regular sports and then also do the high stepping. You've always been pretty open to that.
Oh, very, very open to that. In fact, I encourage that. I think high school is a time to explore what you're good at and to explore where your real talents are. And I don't think you need to limit yourself. So if you can do drill team and play softball, or if you can do drill team and play volleyball or basketball or run track or play soccer, that is great, because that only helps me. Strength, flexibility, speed, that only helps me.
Conditioning.
Exactly.
Now, what do you do after you get back from camp? You got 2.5 months till school starts.
Right. We'll take a bit of a break, and then we'll start football season, start preparing for football season. The big thing that we've got to do is that basic technique, kick technique, and basic stretching technique, because they can have the best kick technique in the world, but they're still not going to be on the field if their kicks aren't high. And that comes from flexibility, and they've got to know how to stretch correctly.
Doesn't seem possible, but September will be here before we know it, and your girls will be performing. Thanks very much for your time.
Hey,
Kristin
no problem.
Smith, our HiStepper coach, on this week's edition of Coach's Corner.